On today's video, I'm going to introduce you to Gaynor Lloyd. Now, Gaynor owns Vintage 7 in Neath in Wales, a fantastic vintage antiques shop and centre. But by goodness me, Gaynor has been through the mill recently, so it's not open at the moment. She's going to tell us the story. Gaynor, you really have been through it, haven't you?
Oh my goodness, David, where do I start? I've got a vintage and antiques business in Neath in South Wales. Um, and I opened in 2017 and centre is within an old coaching inn
Lovely.
dating back to 1844. Yeah, it's a lovely centre. I opened, we were doing very successfully because it's also a licensed business. And then COVID hit,
Right.
which was difficult in itself. And then July 2020, my partner had a very serious stroke, which was pretty devastating. And then in August 2020, a local culvert, I still wasn't reopened because of the fact I'm licensed. COVID meant that it was still more or less closed. But in August 2020, a local culvert flooded, and I ended up with about 8 inches of water throughout the majority of the
one thing after another, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, it upsets me.
No, I can understand.
Yeah. At that time, obviously, my partner I was caring for him. As I say, the stroke, it was life changing for both of us. So at that time, my insurance company took a lot of stock and everything away. It went into storage. There was dehumidifiers. All the floors had to come up. It's got the big Victorian skirting boards. They all had to be taken off, remade. And it's taken a long time to get the centre back to a state where it could reopen. And I've been trading in a small amount of way with French ink paint from the foyer. But in November of 2022, I was very close to reopening and the culvert flooded again.
No,
and this time, yeah, it's been devastating. This time, it's taken down 2 of my boundary walls in the courtyard. I've got a fantastic courtyard at the back with lots of interesting items, and you can sit there and you can have a coffee and everything. And
it sounds absolutely wonderful. It sounds like a real lifestyle business for you.
It's fabulous. And it's, I've got such an eclectic mix of items, both antique, vintage, retro. At one stage, I've got lots of glass cabinets, so I had other dealers in there as well. And unfortunately,
so it didn't just affect you then, it affected other dealers as well.
Well, they weren't trading because everything had been suspended because of COVID, and that I'd stopped. But I mean, yeah, nobody can trade in there at the moment, really.
Right.
And there is the potential, And unfortunately, this time, even though I pay quite heavy insurance, they've put an exclusion on any damage caused through external floodwaters. So at the moment, yeah, I'm at a loss as what to do.
So it's obviously still closed.
Yeah.
And what does the future look like? I mean, will you ever be able to reopen?
I will, because I'm very, very determined. I'm looking at, I've got a website. I've got a shop on the website which I've never activated. So I'm looking at, sort of opening that, maybe doing some online trading. But with everything that's online now, I really want to get back to a position where people can come in and they can see and they can feel and they can touch and they can ask questions. And,
We need that, don't we? We need that human interaction. And
absolutely,
the place sounds
absolutely,
absolutely
yeah.
wonderful.
And you know yourself with antiques and vintage, and with the sort of centre or something like that. You don't know unless you're a collector of, say, I don't know, memorabilia, war memorabilia, or I don't know, books or jewelry. You don't necessarily know when you're going in somewhere like Vintage Seven that you're looking for a, whatever it might be. It's just because it's suddenly there. You think, oh yes, that's great. It's the same as going to antique fairs and things like that. I mean, I'm
Well,
a great buyer. I love buying.
it's that treasure hunting element and that impulse purchase that you
Yeah,
don't
and
really
it's that
get
finding.
online. Yes, and handling and
It's that
touching.
finding that little nugget.
I know. Oh, well, listen, I really hope you can get it back up and running. And as soon as you do let me know and we can do another chat. And we can do a film
Yes,
around. I
definitely.
might be able to get down there. We can film around and let all my subscribers
Wow.
see where you are and really
Yeah.
give you a boost to reopen again. What best case scenario, Gaynor, when might Vintage 7 be reopened?
Well, I'm hoping to at least have it sort of like that people can start coming back in there, even if it's just to the upper floor, by, ooh, if I say
Oh,
April.
yes, let's say April and let's catch up
Yeah.
again as soon as those doors are open.
Okay. Thank you very much, David.
Before you do go, I have a bit of a surprise present for you. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes, I know. You may not want it. But last week, my new book,
Oh,
Clash with the British Empire, was published.
yeah.
So it's funny story
Yeah,
from
I
the
did.
time. Did you see it online?
I saw it online. I haven't really looked at it, but I did see that you were promoting it. And yes.
Well,
Oh,
listen,
fabulous.
you're going to have a look at it now because I'm going to post you one whether you want one or not. Gain it's coming your way.
Yeah. Lovely, lovely, absolutely fantastic. Will it go through my letterbox? Because if not, if you
Easy.
send it to home, it should
I'll
go
say
through my
that
letterbox at the centre.
there's 260 pages. It's relatively thick, but it'll go through a standard letterbox. And it's coming your way, but you must leave me a good review.
I will do, definitely. Also, will I be able to put the link to to your YouTube
Yes, of course.
channel on my, yeah, I mean, I'd
Go
like to
for
do
it.
that.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, thanks, Gaynor. You've been wonderful. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on. Bye bye.
Thank you.